This is Small Biz Florida, the podcast designed and produced specifically for Florida small business owners and entrepreneurs. Small Biz Florida, talk that works for Florida. This podcast is supported by the Florida SBDC Network, providing the tools, strategies, and expertise to help Florida's business community thrive. Visit the Florida SBDC online at www.floridasbdc.org or contact your local office and get started on your path to success today.
This is Small Biz Florida, the podcast and broadcast. It's all things business across the state of Florida, and I am so excited because it is time for the annual FLAGGL conference again in Orlando, Florida. We have been, Small Biz Florida, in one way or another, has been part of the FLAGGL conference for the last 3 or 4 years. FLAGGL is the Florida Association of Government Guaranteed Lenders, and it is an extremely important organization to the small business community across the state of Florida. And we've got with us to kind of kick off the next 2 days of what we will be doing with Small Biz Florida, is conducting interviews and discussions with lenders and vendors and suppliers and stakeholders in this space. So we're just kind of introducing the upcoming segments. And we've got with us to help us do that Kevin Rafferty, who is a board member of FLAGGL and works with Paradise Bank. Welcome to Small Biz Florida, Kevin.
Welcome, Tom, and thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. And we've got our two producers of Small Biz Florida. We've got with us Miss Katie Muldoon. Katie, welcome to this side of the microphone.
Excited to be here.
That's right. And Linda Gonzalez. Linda?
I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, I am too. It's always a great conference, and I'm telling you, I always learn something. And again, capital access is so important to what we do at SBDC, and it's so important to support small businesses as they grow and expand in the state of Florida. So we're looking forward to a couple of great days here. I guess, Kevin, why don't you just start us with just a little bit of background on FLAGGL and talk to us about this year's conference.
Well, thank you for having me on the show. FLAGGL helps promote the SBA program. The SBA is a Wall Street for a small business. So the theme of the conference is all about education. We're fortunate to have 350 attendees, but we have the SBA come in and speak. We have a lot of national speakers who come in, experts on the matter, and the idea is to educate people on how to provide more access to business.
Yeah, great. And it is an incredible gathering of lenders from really all across the country. It's not just Florida.
That's correct.
There's folks that are here from all across the country. So we appreciate the partnership, Kevin. We appreciate the support, and we always love coming to FLAGGL. So thank you for the invite, and thank you for your support. I guess, Katie, this is kind of, Small Biz Florida finds itself on the road quite a bit. I have a special bag now that I pack. I can throw things in real quick, and we bolt off. I call it a podcast in a box. We box all this up, and we take it. We've been to JMI this year. We've been to the SBDC Small Business Success Conference. We're going to attend FLAGGL for the next couple of days. We've got Florida Makes coming up. We've got the Future of Florida Forum coming up, and then we have the Rural Conference in St. Augustine coming up. So Small Biz Florida is going to be on the move, talking about all kinds of small business issues. How does all this work, Katie? How do we take this show on the road?
Right. So depending on whether the Florida SBDC invites us along to something that they're partnering on, or a event coordinator reaches out to us directly, the best way to get a hold of us is we've got multiple social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Florida SBDC at IRSC, or Instagram. Our handle is at Small Biz Florida, or you can always give me a call, 772-336-6285. That's the best way to learn more about the show itself and get links to our platform. You can find us on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and really the amount of exposure that we are giving these conferences. I mean, we're going to take a 2-day event and push it at least 3 or 4 weeks. So while you're physically here learning about lending opportunities for your small business through FLAGGL, you can continue to learn about, maybe you missed a vendor or you missed a presentation. You can learn about what they were presenting on through the episodes that we gather here at FLAGGL. So we're planning to drop episodes, I think, Linda, maybe every week, twice a week for FLAGGL.
That's right.
All right, perfect. And each guest that is on the show gets a direct link and some graphics that Linda creates that they can use to promote on their channels as well. So it's really cohesive. We make it pretty easy for people. And every guest that we have, and I know we've got a couple more coming up while we're here at FLAGGL, they talk about this being their first opportunity to be on a podcast, and Tom makes it easy. Great host.
Sure.
So I encourage people to reach out to us and get us involved with their event, because this is a great way to grow your engagement and your exposure and the amount of time that you're going to have traffic on your website and your social media platforms.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, I think the whole reason we created this podcast in the very first place was to create awareness and highlight small business assistance and resource programs that exist across the state of Florida. Being a small business owner and operator is tough enough, but there are assistance programs out there, just like the SBDC. And I was a small business owner and operator for 25 years. I did not know about all these resources. So again, that's our primary purpose, is to make sure that small business owners know about what's going on in terms of assistance out there across the state of Florida.
That's exactly right.
And Linda, as we progress through the next couple of days of FLAGGL, technically, how does all this work? We're going to be recording segments with vendors, suppliers, lenders, bankers. What happens after we create the actual recording?
Yeah, so a lot of people are hesitant to jump on the mic because it's their first time, but we always assure to listen to the episodes and edit anything that they may need out. We are also capable of sending the draft audio if they need it to listen to themselves. I never encourage that, but
I think that gives people a lot of peace of mind when we tell them that part.
Yeah. And then also I will be sending out images that we take while they're in the hot seat. And so when the episode goes live, we send emails out to let them know. And then we also try to tag their social media platforms on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook,
and
etc.
We're really good, and Linda specifically is good about when you are in the hot seat. We're getting you on Facebook, on Instagram, where we're tagging your organization. So the exposure for the event and your organization specifically starts as soon as you sit down in the seat.
That's
nice.
right.
Well, if I knew that, I would have dressed up and looked like a banker today.
You look great.
It's all good. Listen, it's we're all setting up, so that's good. All right, Kevin. Again, really appreciate your engagement and involvement in FLAGGL. It's an incredible organization, incredible resource for small business owners. You're sort of not out front, but you are doing an awful lot of work behind the scenes to support Florida's small business community. So we appreciate what you do and the rest of the board of directors.
Well, I appreciate the partnership, and thank you for having me with Small Business Florida, the SBDCs. We partnered since we inception about 15 years ago. We lend the money, but we have to educate people where the access to money is, and that's where you guys come in.
Yep.
So we value the partnership. We value the resources that you have for small business and pointing them towards the banks that can help them.
Yep. And just let's get a plug in for your institution, Paradise Bank. Just where is Paradise? What do you do?
I started the program for Paradise 12 years ago. Paradise Bank is based in Boca Raton, Florida, and we're consistently one of the top SBA lenders in the state.
Okay. Well, you're close to the Treasure Coast. We need to be doing business, Kevin.
We should. we have loans over there for sure.
Okay, good. Cool. All right, ladies, anything before we get to work here at the FLAGGL conference? I'm ready.
Just a thank you to FLAGGL for having us. We're excited to be here and looking forward to the content we're going to get.
Okay. Linda, thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Linda will be pushing all the buttons for the next couple of days. So, all right. This is Small Biz Florida, and we're going to be bringing you segments from the upcoming FLAGGL conference. So stay tuned. A lot to come. This is Small Biz Florida.
This has been Small Biz Florida. Created and produced by the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Your host for Small Biz Florida is Tom Kindred. Partners for Small Biz Florida include WPSL and WSTU and Indian River State College, named the 2019 winner of the Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence.